on the guest list. The camera, I'm not really sure. This is a private event.
So I can't use the camera right now?
I'm going to have to find out. I'm a little bit leery about having it in here, especially if you're not on the list. So let me check that out. The video camera.
He's actively working on behalf of the FBI. He's forensically here. He has every right to be here. I'm here to serve the injunction. There's absolutely nothing you can do to touch that camera. I guarantee you that.
Okay, I'm gonna check on that. I feel a little bit leery, uncomfortable with the camera being here. I just want you to let you know that up front. Okay.
I'd like to see her try to take the camera from me.
Good.
The camera on. I know that he said that Nick Veneer said that you were able to have that, but it makes me uncomfortable. If you could please go that way. Thank you. Thank you.
I would like to introduce a special guest tonight, Mr. Haste, who is going to be talking, I think, a little and let you know what he has. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey! Before you say anything, put me off on that.
Ladies and gentlemen, stay where you are. Oh, there's been a murder. A murder most foul, as the bard might say. But it is no play confined to a book or a stage. It is a mystery, ladies and gentlemen. It's my mystery, and I challenge you, and you, nay, all of you, to solve it. Please forgive me, perhaps I've been too forward. First of all, let me welcome you to tonight's performance of the Borgia Codex. I am your Harlequin host, unseen by most, except for you, fair audience. You and I have a special relationship. This is my game tonight, and simply by being here, you're playing it. Your mission tonight is to find yourself a killer and catch a killer. For if you do not, they will go free. But be warned. The night is young and your killer may strike again. Everything you gentlefolk see tonight has been part of our performance. Every word, every conversation, every gesture has meaning. Whether it be infinitesimally small or larger than your imagination can encompass. Examine the crime scene. View the evidence, even interview your suspects. But be very wary, folks. A killer may smile and smile yet again, but still a villain be. Enough of this prattling. Let me introduce you to your suspects for the night. The first on your list of suspects, and consequently the lowest, is the late Godfrey Saken Haste, a horror author of some repute, a womanizer, and an art collector. But the most recent of his achievements is of a corpse rapidly assuming room temperature. Let me see. Yes, over here we have Mr. Haste's newly appointed bodyguard and chief of security for this event, Miss Belladonna. One would think she won't be adding this job to her resume, eh, folks? Now, let me see. Over here, we have the ever so shocked and very frightened, formerly Mrs., now Ms. Haste. One would think she'd have to change her plans for Valentine's Day this year. Or will she? Oh, look, what do we have here? If you'll excuse me, ma'am, I need to see under your table. Here, we have Mr. Haste's personal assistant, his secretary, Miss Candy Kane. I don't think she'll be using Mr. Haste for a reference after this evening, possibly even looking for a new job. Now, over here in the gray coat, attempting to look inconspicuous, is the professional leg breaker from Las Vegas, Mr. Thad Hertz. I wonder if he's going up in the world after this. Over here skulking in the corner, looking a little bit shocked and not the least bit excited, is the internet-renowned electronic book author, Mr. Clive Hellman. What a pity that Mr. Hellman's plagiarism lawsuit against the late Mr. Haste is going to be a tad moot. I heard he had a good case. Oh, look! Who's that over there? Why, the church has arrived! Of course, I'm speaking of these individuals here, Father Saul Ducci and Sister Sarah Bellum. It's a pity that they came a bit too late to perform the last rites for the late Mr. Haste, but perhaps, with enough talking, they can convince the grieving widow to part with the collection for a sizable sum. I wonder who else could be here for the collection. Why, look! Over here in the corner in the black and red. It's Mr. St. James and his adorable assistant, Miss Crystal Payne. I wonder what lengths they would go to get their hands on the collection. Possibly as far as the dark and mysterious Mr. Caligula Canis, an art collector for sure, but is he here motivated by greed, obsession, or something darker? But that, of course, ladies and gentlemen, is not for me to decide. It is for you, and Special Agent Nick Veneer of the FBI. He was summoned today to order an injunction against the Borgia Collection. Unfortunately, he got an order of murder instead. I wonder if he'll be able to clear his plate. Well, I believe I've taken too much of you good gentlefolks' time, so I will leave you now to your own wits, and with a few pieces of advice. This first one actually comes from a famous poet named Blake. Cruelty has a human heart, and jealousy a human face. Terror, the human form divine, and secrecy, the human dress. The human dress is forged iron, the human form a fiery forge, the human face a furnace sealed, the human heart a hungry gorge. Mark my words, gentle people, death walks among you tonight, and indeed it does wear a human mask. I invite you now, play my game and unmask a killer. Find your murderer. Use your eyes and ears. Listen, see and observe, and hopefully your souls will lead you boldly forward. Or will you turn chicken in the face of foul play?
Oh, and before I forget, as you were.
Everyone stay back. Do not touch anything. This is a crime scene.
You're the obvious. I'm the obvious. You're at every table. You're the obvious. No. Quite the difference. Don't point fingers at me. Yes. List this man primarily amongst your suspects. I think you'll find his background quite interesting.
There was brine monkeys, sea monkeys, which is a brine shrimp in his snuff. He had a severe allergy to shellfish.
Oh,
That's what killed him.
by sea monkeys.
Yeah, by sea monkeys, yes.
But who would have known that he